Somewhere in the ever-expanding landscape of superhero debates, one matchup stands as a towering question of pure power. Superman versus the Hulk. It's the kind of argument that begins in comic shops, spreads through late-night online forums, and refuses to die. Because at its heart, it's more than just who would win. It's a clash of mythologies, physics, and narrative purpose. The immovable Man of Steel against the unstoppable force of Gamma-born rage. From a scientific perspective, the comparison starts with raw strength. Superman's abilities stem from his Kryptonian physiology under Earth's yellow sun, which turns his cells into miniature solar reactors. This means his strength isn't the product of muscle fiber size or chemical processes like a human's. It's an energy-to-force conversion that bends the limits of known physics. In certain comics, Superman has moved planets, resisted black hole-level gravity, and even held open a singularity for minutes without tearing apart. Scientifically, even granting liberties for comic book physics, that places him far beyond the capacities of any organic Earthborn creature. Hulk's power, however, doesn't have a fixed ceiling. His strength is rooted in gamma radiation, mutating Bruce Banner's biology, linking his physical output directly to his emotional state, particularly anger. The madder Hulk gets, the stronger he becomes, with documented feats in Marvel lore ranging from holding tectonic plates together to shattering asteroids twice the size of Earth's moon. The terrifying element is that his power curve is exponential, meaning that theoretically there's no upper limit as long as his rage keeps escalating. In pure physics terms, that's a variable force without precedent. Endurance is another battlefield. Superman's durability is legendary. Bullets bounce harmlessly, explosions barely scorch his cape, and in some iterations, he's survived the detonation of nuclear weapons or the collapse of entire suns. Combined with near invulnerability to physical harm, his only major weaknesses are tied to specific elements like kryptonite or the red sun spectrum, which weaken or neutralize his powers. Hulk's endurance works differently. While he can also shrug off artillery fire and energy blasts, his healing factor is where he becomes monstrous. Damage that would kill any other being can regenerate in seconds, even vital organs or brain tissue. Unlike Superman, whose durability is a fixed constant until his weaknesses are exploited, Hulk's survivability increases alongside his anger, meaning the longer the fight lasts, the harder it is to put him down. Then there's speed, an often overlooked factor in the who's stronger argument. Superman's speed isn't just fast, it's near light velocity in flight, with reaction times to match. He can dodge beams, catch bullets in midair, and even race the Flash in some timelines. Hulk, for all his power, doesn't operate on that scale. While he can leap miles in a single bound and react faster than most human eyes can follow, he's still playing in a different league than someone who can circle the globe in seconds. This means that in a straight brawl, Superman could control the pace and positioning of the fight far more effectively. But pure physics can't tell the whole story because both characters exist within the frameworks of their respective comics, and storytelling rules matter. In DC Comics, Superman is often a symbol of hope and restraint. He rarely unleashes his full destructive potential unless absolutely necessary. In Marvel Comics, Hulk is chaos incarnate, often written to be the ultimate test of force, a being who pushes his opponents to their breaking points. This means that in a crossover, the outcome would depend heavily on the narrative intent. Is the story about control overcoming chaos, or about raw emotion overpowering logic? Historically, in the rare official encounters between the two, such as in the 1996 DC vs. Marvel crossover, Superman has been portrayed as the victor, often because of his versatility and speed rather than sheer strength. But even those fights spark endless disputes, with fans pointing out that Hulk was never truly pushed to his ultimate rage state in those matchups. In the end, science can lean towards Superman for his consistent, sun-fueled power output and near-unmatched versatility. Yet comics remind us that Hulk's greatest weapon isn't just his fists, it's the narrative reality that his strength can always grow. That's why this debate survives decades, because both the Man of Steel and the Green Goliath represent different kinds of power, and neither is written to be truly, definitively defeated. Perhaps that's the real truth. In a battle of icons, the winner is whichever universe is telling the story.